Let's take a look at a critical assessment of the human relations school. We can divide the criticisms of the Hawthorne studies into two categories. First, the studies were critiqued on empirical grounds. A number of commentators argued that when the Hawthorne data were subject to scrutiny, the researchers' claim of a connection between satisfaction and productivity didn't hold water. Second, the Hawthorne findings have been critiqued on ideological grounds, as commentators have questioned the studies, or more accurately, Mayo's, highly conservative vision of worker management relations. Management history typically views Hawthorne as a revolutionary paradigm shift. A view of workers as purely economically motivated is replaced with a much more humane vision of a worker as part of an organic community. Human relations theory was never about changing the nature of work itself. Mayo was not interested in making structural changes to organizations by, for example, making work more meaningful or participatory. Thus, the early human relations movement was heavily paternalistic in its view of the average worker, with little interest in making real changes in the quality of workers' lives. Rather, the goal was to adjust workers' attitudes to existing organizational conditions. As such, human relations theory did nothing to change the strongly hierarchical structure of existing organizations. While scientific management took the worker's body as the focal point of control efforts, human relations theory focused on the psychology of the worker, his or her attitudes and feelings about work. Thus, control practices shifted from body to mind, but with little or no change in the nature of work itself. Indeed, it might be said that the human relations theory did not replace scientific management, but rather complemented it with efforts to mentally adjust workers to the industrial labor process. This theory was arguably a force in the affirmation of the status quo at a time of considerable industrial and political unrest.